Hello, everyone. This is Blankera, and today we're going to continue rigging Shalom from Path to Nowhere. I had a frog in my throat there for a second. Gonna continue on the third strand from hell. Hopefully this will be the last one. So I was taking a look at it this morning, and I think I have an idea of something else to try. Excuse me for a second, still need to clear my throat again. Phew, not sure what that was all about, but let's go. Gotta get that strand. Okay, we're gonna start out by bringing out the big guns here. Gonna bring this part a little bit further over here and a little bit upward. For all my attempts yesterday, I appeared to have dragged things a little bit too far down. Okay. So I'm gonna go zoom out and really just take a moment to look at what it is I'm trying to do here. Try to get a deeper understanding. So for the moment that didn't help, but all I really wanted to do is I noticed when I was looking at it this morning that everything was kind of drifting toward the right. And I think I was making it a little bit straighter than it should be. So I wanted to pull it a little bit back toward the left. And a little bit upward. I already think I have the loop bit in a better spot. So let's start straightening things out now. See if I can't get everything into good spots again. I'm going to try to be a little bit gentler than I was yesterday. Yesterday I kind of feel like I was flailing maybe a bit too hard. Alright, so I'm gonna go look at the loop, and this light part, and this line. Those are kind of the areas that I'm using for my landmarks for the moment. So So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to get the top of the loop in the right spot. I think if I can get the top in a good spot, I'll be setting myself up to get the rest in good spots right afterward. I really want to focus on getting this particular landmark. Everything else doesn't matter for the moment. Okay, that's closer. I think I pulled it out a little bit too far, so let's bring it back in a little bit. Right through there, too. Gonna move very, very delicately, because, man, this area has just been giving me all sorts of trouble these past few days. But hopefully today will be the day I am victorious. Let's see here. Is it in the right spot? Okay, there's something going on up there. Something going on up here. Let's see if I can sort that out. Because it's going to make it hard to work on the rest if there's some shenanigans going on further up. Okay, that seems fine now. That one. There we go. Alright, so that seems fine now. So now I can go back to trying to figure out where the top of this loop should go. Going really, really deep here, just staring with everything I've got. Just to try to find these little bits that aren't lining up. But it's okay. I think the loop, the starting location of it is okay now. Where it starts there. The area right through here, kind of where it starts coming off, is still not quite right. So I want to get that right before I start moving on to anything else. Gonna take this slowly and methodically. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So now that I have the start of that good, I can start moving down to this white line here, where it transitions from dark to light. To take one more look here, because I can see that it looks like it's going kind of downward right through here. So I kind of need it to start going back up. But I guess even before that, even right here, kind of looks like it's moving toward the right when it shouldn't. That probably means that this needs to be a little bit further down. Did that affect the loop in a bad way? No, I don't think so. I think this is fine. Okie dokie. Good. Gonna take this slowly and methodically, so that this way I can finally defeat this hair strand. Today will be victory over hair. Let me look at the angle here, because yeah, it does look like it goes up a little bit, and then it kind of comes back down. I wasn't perfectly straight when I made the mesh. That's totally fine. I just need to verify that I am putting things in good spots relative to each other. So I'm very gently bringing some of those strands in. And then we'll see how it all works out. Okay, so far so good, I think. Still have a lot to work out there, but it is a start. Alright, so I made an adjustment there. I kind of felt like it was sliding upward. I probably just brought it up a little bit too far when I was making the initial adjustment at the beginning of the stream there. Just brought this area a little bit too far upward because I thought everything was moving down a little bit too hard. Okay, now it looks like I probably brought it down a little bit too hard. Or at least I brought something down too hard. Let's see here. I'm seeing something moving right through here. I'm gonna stare at that real quick and see if I can't figure out what's going on here. Like I said, taking it slow. Taking it super duper slow. And I have to remind myself that it's not a race, and I've always been a bit slow when it comes to art in general. So I should just take my sweet time and really look at what I'm doing here. It'll all be okay. I always win in the end. Alright. So today is Monday, and Mondays, or well, I guess Sunday night is the day that my daughter sleeps over at her grandpa's house. That means today is probably going to be a pretty quiet day for me. I'm looking forward to it. Grandma likes to come grab my son a little bit later. So I get some time to myself, and I get to do many things. Oh yeah, and yesterday I posted my style experiment. It's up on the community page if you haven't seen it yet. Along with, you know, on all of my social media. I had a really good time working on that. It was interesting to see what I had to change in order to get each one to kind of have a similar vibe to all the other ones. So that was a very fun experiment, a very fun project. I can see why it managed to help me kind of get out of my art slump a bit. I'm definitely feeling much better. Although now it means I have to start a new one, and that's always the hardest part for me. Getting started is rough. Just got that blank canvas staring at me, and I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, and all that good stuff. We'll see what the next one ends up being. Might do some more style experiments at some point too. Maybe not quite like that one where I draw the same picture multiple times, but still, I just want to try things right now. I think I'm going through an experimental stage. Each of those experiments will eventually build into something. And each one will kind of give me a better understanding of what I like to do. In the past, a lot of my studies have just been figuring out how to draw things. Like, I might do studies of body parts or that kind of thing. In this case, just studies of what do I think looks cool. It's a lot more fun than trying to figure out anatomy, you know? A lot more fun. I think stylization is really interesting, just the many, many different ways that humans can see the same object, same idea, and all that stuff. I think it's cool. At some point, I kind of want to do some style breakdowns from games I play and stuff too. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Might make for some good videos too. I will definitely consider that. Just see how other artists tick too. It's too bad I can't talk to any of them directly, and I just kind of have to guess based on what I see. But I still think it's cool. Having to do all the redrawing necessary to make this model definitely got me thinking about it. Of just... It was way more interesting than I thought it would be. Just each little part, having to really pay attention to the colors around it, and figuring out how I think the artist would have filled in some of these empty spaces if they were given this project. It was a good time. I really enjoyed it. Alright, so what am I looking at here? I think there's been some amount of progress. Still a bit slow going. But I think I'm starting to kind of figure out what's going on here. Maybe. I feel like I've said that a few times, and then I just look at it the next day and I'm just like, I did not understand anything. What was I even talking about? I have no idea. And that's kind of how I've been feeling lately. But in the end, it's like I did make a little bit of progress every day. It just slow going and perhaps a little bit frustrating. Okay, I think I gotta get this strand a little bit. It's squirming too much for me to see. So I just gotta figure out this tip right through here. And I don't think I'll be able to make any more progress until I make a little bit of progress there. It's just squirming way too hard. Way too hard. Alright, so just gonna kinda straighten things out a bit here. There we go. That should be good enough for the part that I'm looking at. And I'm not going to be overly precise here. I'm just gonna kinda get an approximation in so this way it stops squirming at the corner of my eye and annoying me. That's all I'm going for at the moment. I just don't really feel like I can properly see at the moment. Because I just see that strand squirming so hard and it's very distracting. And I think I also want to hide this for a second. This too. Just kind of isolate the hair here. This way I don't have other stuff moving around while I'm trying to really focus in on this area. I'll probably turn it back on in just a little bit because how it looks relative to that strand is extremely important, but, you know, one thing at a time. Let's just do one thing at a time here. I'm struggling enough with this strand that there's not much point in trying to do two things at once. Let's start it, get it to stop squirming on itself before I start worrying about whether it's squirming relative to any other strands. One thing at a time. Okay, gonna get this looking relatively okay, because I keep seeing it squirm. So I'm gonna work on it just a little bit more. That should be fine. That should be fine. It's a good start. So hopefully things will stop looking all wonky and strange while I'm trying to figure out what's going on a little bit further up. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Okay. And now I can go back to staring. Some very intense staring. I'm gonna have a staring contest with Shalom here. I think she'll win because she can't blink until I make her. So I'd have to go into my parameters, and that sounds like work. Honestly, thinking about it, it's like I think if anybody tried to have a staring contest with her, they'd lose. She seems like the type that can just stare non-stop. Would have zero problems. Okay. It's getting there. I'm starting to feel better than I was this morning. This morning I looked at it and I'm just like, man, did I make any progress yesterday? The answer is yes, I made a little. But it was still very concerning to see just how much everything was still squirming around. I don't want my vertices to be squirming around. They should be happy and comfortable. And squirming on that level is definitely a sign of discomfort. Like, I know anytime that I'm sitting on the couch, if I start squirming around like this, it's because I just can't get comfortable for some reason. And it's always very unfortunate. Let's see if I can find all these vertices a place where they can feel comfortable. Maybe they have restless legs. If vertices even have legs. And all I can really do is try to assure them that it'll be okay. No matter what happens, I won't give up and I'll find a place where I can stay. And that's just how it's gonna go. I'll find a good spot for them whether they like it or not. Okay, but I think I'm getting somewhere here. This doesn't look like super squirmy to me anymore. I'm actually going to zoom out and see if the areas that I was looking at there even matter. A little bit. Just a little spot right there. Really do want to get some kind of eye tracking software. It'd be great. I might take a look at some of the paid options, even if it makes me a little bit sad. I do think just being able to see where I'm looking would really make this easier to understand. Okay. I think that's acceptable. I mean, not down here, obviously, but up here. Up here around the loop. I think this is fine. Alright, let's get the strand. Let's go all the way down. Just get the last little bit here. Okay, I think this is probably going to require some shenanigans with the brush tool. So I'm going to have to move this around quite a bit. I'm just really taking in how it needs to move. Okay. I think I understand. Something like that. So I think that should cover the big picture, and then I'll come and do the details. Yeah, it was actually closer than I thought I'd end up. Nice. That's less work for me. Let's go. Let's straighten these triangles. Straighten the triangles and get these curls just right. Because I do actually want this to be going a little bit further down. Just because this is the downward head turn. Her head is moving downward a little bit. So I do want the hair to follow suit. So I'll be zooming out to test this one. Yeah, right now it's not going down quite enough. Okay, let's get the brush again. Go. Pull it on down. Her head's not moving down that much, so it doesn't need to get that much longer. But I do want it to be just a little bit longer. Or I guess I should say, I don't want it to be longer, I just want it to be lower. Lower is a better term. Because I want the length of the hair to appear to be the same. I just want it to be in a different spot. Yes, I suppose that distinction is important. Here we go. Gonna curl it on around. Make it nice. Get rid of any hard-looking spots. Gentle, gentle curve. Just like that. Hopefully I'm not curving it too much, but considering how clean I was able to get that curve, this is probably okay-ish. Oh no, it is curving too much. Alas. The love of circles strikes again. I think I'm actually going to turn on the body for a little bit. Just so I can see if it's going down as far as I want it to. That might be a little bit too far. Truly, the strand from hell does not know what it wants. Okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that's good. I just gotta perfect this curve. I think I'm actually gonna start from up here. Because right here wasn't quite right either. You can see it's all getting, I don't know, wavy. Doesn't know what's going on. Definitely not right. Definitely not right. Okay, and kind of working my way down there. I think I worked out the curve there, but now I want to make sure that the top is getting there. It's getting there. Just need to pull the vertices down a little bit. They look like they're kind of shifting upward quite a lot. So we'll pull them down. Pull them all down. I just want to be down here. I wonder if some of those vertices just really like her, like Shalom's coat. I don't blame them. Shalom's coat is pretty cool. Okay. Feel like it's gradually getting into the right place. I just kind of need to actually get the curve right. So I'm going to go and look at the mesh itself for a little bit. Kind of help me figure out where some of these angles are going wrong. So far it looks like the big one is here. This needed to be further down. And then I'll just kind of work my way through. I do feel like this is probably curving too much. Oh, not that much actually. Nice. Alright, let's take another look. How we doing? How's it going? Okay, angle on this one needs to be a little bit further up. Same with this one. I'm just gonna stare at the vertices themselves. Okay, this one went too far up. Just because I think that's gonna be easier than trying to interpret the art itself. Like, I tried looking at the art itself for a little bit here, but it was still proving a bit elusive, so let's try looking at the mesh. And then I'll look at the art again afterward. Try to get the last few little vertices in the right spot. Try to get everyone into their perfect spot. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. I think I'm almost there. Oh, won't that be wonderful? I can finally put this third strand from hell behind me and pray that the next one is not so bad. All I can really do is hope. Okay, I think it's almost there. Almost there. And I want to take another look at just the art itself, of course. And I think after this, I really only have one more strand on this side to go down. Still have quite a few more on the right side. Her right, our left. So this is the left side that I'm working on right now. But I'm almost there. Almost there. I told you, I always win in the end. Always. Just gotta believe. Alright. Let's take a look at the art now. No mesh mode, just the art itself. Let's see, I think there's only a couple spots I want to fix and all that. Everything else is very much in... this is probably close enough territory. So might be some areas where I didn't quite interpret the mesh changing properly. Might just be... I don't know. The head is moving downward, and so I'm okay with it looking a little bit different. I'm not sure. Point is, I think I can bring this a little bit closer to perfection. Sometimes the reason's not that important. All that matters is that I want to. I want to try. Just some areas right around here where it's not quite lining up well. There we go. I think that might be a little bit better. No, that made it a little bit worse. Okay. It does need to be down here. And the angle is like that. It just looks a little bit strange to me. Maybe like that. Okay, we're bringing the mesh back. Gotta find where I'm messing things up a little bit. Okay. And that's probably close enough. Right through there. Just want to get rid of the little bit of sliding that I was seeing. There we go. And then I just kind of need to follow that downward a little bit. Get rid of that last little crunch. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think that's close enough. Let's zoom out here. Well, hello there. Let me see. Give me a sec to read the message here. Alright, well, hello there, Geronimo? Sorry, I'm a bit bad with names. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. And yes, I do very much enjoy making these. So I'm glad you're enjoying watching it. And I will definitely keep doing it as well, because I do have quite a lot of fun making all this. I'm looking forward to finishing it and, like, posting it on other places that people might be able to find it. So I hope that, as much as I will continue to make stuff, even if it doesn't get watched very much, just because it's fun, I do hope that I can brighten people's day a little bit when they see it too. So, what kind of Path to Nowhere related content do you make? Just going to address the last little bit of shifting that I saw right through there. And a little bit of a bulge right over here. Ooh, that's actually going to be hard to fix. Okay, it's alright. I can do it. Just gotta think about it for a second. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I think that's a strand from hell. Tamed and finished. We'll see what the me of tomorrow thinks about it, but the me of right now is pretty alright. Is pretty cool with it. I think it's looking alright. The other strand back on just to make sure everything's okay. Alright, time to move on to the next one. Right there. Remember, I did a little bit of work on this one already. But it's definitely nowhere near done. Okay. Time to get in there. Let's get her done. Okay, so the first thing I noticed was that there's like a little highlight on the border here. Currently it's hiding, and I need to bring it out of hiding. Oh, autosave, help me out. Ah, I see. Well, I might have to check it out sometime. The lore of Path to Nowhere is very interesting, I think. I greatly enjoy the writing. Yeah, I know that feeling. It's alright, keep going, and I'm sure the YouTube algorithm will pick you up at some point. When I first started, I was generally only getting like 5 or 10 at most, if I was lucky. And so sometimes it just takes time. I'm not sure how long you've been making videos. But sometimes it just takes time for YouTube to pick you up. Still, good luck. I hope you're able to find some people that really like watching what you make. Alas, the algorithm is fickle. So let's see, if you do lore videos, what's been your favorite storyline so far? Like whether that be kind of an arc in the main story or a specific side event. Which one's been your favorite? Okay, so I noticed that there was a lot of shifting downward here, so I'm kind of sliding all these vertices up a little bit higher. Trying to get it to stop doing that. And I'll figure out what to do about this little highlight that I pulled out of hiding here. Yeah, and I think he's in a much better place now. Alright. Yeah, I can see it. Floral Unfurled was definitely one of the stronger ones for me. Just the sheer amount of bomb drops. It was pretty good. I think my favorite is probably... Oh. It is a tough one, but I think it's probably still Dreamy Bubble. All the characterization in that was very strong, and that tends to be what I gravitate towards. Cocoleek's entire arc was really, really good though, so that just is part of what makes it really hard to choose. Yes. Just the entire thing. One thing that I do appreciate about the writing in the series in general is that it kind of brings more of a human element into these people that can do bad things and kind of focuses on why it's happening, as opposed to just considering them people that have to be stopped. That's okay, I knew what you meant. Just figured it was autocorrect trying to help you out and failing. Alright, so it looks like I just need to make this part around her head a little bit rounder. Looks like it got flattened out while I was poking at some other things. How is that? Definitely better. But I think I can make it even better than it currently is. Seems incredibly unlikely at this point. They've already given us some compensation, saying that they won't be following the CN event order, and it's probably surrounding that collab. Sometimes it can be hard for collabs to be brought out globally just due to ridiculous copyright law. It's quite unfortunate. I mean, it's always sad not to get all the content that exists within the game. Like, that the collab exists. And I'm a bit sad that that I won't get to play it, but, you know, what can you do? I'm sure that Eisno tried their best to get it out, it just didn't work out. Well, I mean, it's incredibly popular. I'm not surprised that a lot of people are disappointed, but it's just kind of an unfortunate thing with how ridiculous copyright law is in general. It's quite unfortunate. I am not a copyright enjoyer. Personally, I think that companies hold on to their IP a little bit too hard. Like, there definitely needs to be something there to protect people from having their stuff and stolen. But at the same time, I think current laws probably take it a little bit too far. So alas, it's looking like we won't get it, and I think it's sad. Maybe they'll be able to do something like Arknights did with its KFC collab skins, and we'll be able to work out a deal later, but that sounds kind of cope. But it's okay. It's okay. We can dream. Well, unrelated, but at least there's some good news in that this strand is not making me suffer as much as the last few have been. This one's just kind of chugging along and doing fine. Oh, that makes me happy. I was worried that I was gonna run into another one that just did not like me. Did not want to cooperate. No, this one's good. This one's cooperating just fine. Just getting everything into place slowly but surely, and I feel like everything's chugging along. Okay. Alright, I think I worked out the top part. Yep, top part looks good. So now let's keep working down the strand. What can I do? What can I do when it's finished? Well, for me, I'm just gonna start drawing another thing. I have some ideas planned. I think I'm gonna do a few animated illustrations. Because full models are a pretty hefty time commitment. And I think I need a break to kind of cool down from that after a while. Now, if you're asking what you can do with this when it's done, if you look at my model in the lower right corner there, how it's moving around and all that, the way it's moving is actually based on how my head in real life is moving. Yeah. It's kind of what I'm explaining there, so that's why you see the model in the lower corner there. The lower right corner. That's all moving around based on how my head and eyes and stuff is moving in real life. I have a camera tracking my position. And it's sending that information into a program which then makes my model move. And that's what I'm making here. So once it's done, you can see that currently having it so that her head can kind of turn and stuff, and haven't finished all the angles yet, but we're getting there. And so once this is done, I'll be able to hook it up to the same program, and she'll be able to move around based on how I move around. I'm planning to release this model to the public so you can mess around with it if you feel like. Anybody can. This is a free program. Or I guess I should say a program that you can get for free. And the tracking programs that I use are also programs that you can get for free. And so that'll be fun, I think. This is just something I was making for fun because it sounded like an interesting project to do. If you're familiar with the concept of virtual YouTubers or VTubers, that's basically what this is. Making a model. I have a few others done, like I have blinking done. I did it one eye at a time, but both of them do open and close, and you can have her eyes move around and stuff like that. Yes. And eyebrows. I had fun messing with the eyebrows. And has some stuff with her mouth. I wanted to keep her facial expressions fairly subdued, just because having the super big expressive expressions just doesn't really suit Shalom very much. So I kept it pretty simple, but yeah. So the plan is to release that out into the public, and people can do what they want with it. Use it to study the program itself to figure out how to make their own models, that kind of thing. I actually do have the cutout art in the description for anybody that wants to try and rig along with me. So the idea of what I'm doing right now is that I'm trying to, get her head to be able to move around. And to do that, I need to make some changes to how everything looks. Like if I have her head go down here, you can see that you're seeing more of the top of her head, or at least it appears like you're seeing more of the top of her head, because her head is moving down. And if I go this way, you can see that the hair on this side kind of starts hiding behind the hair further over here, whereas the hair on this side stretches out a little bit, and vice versa for over here. And so that's the idea of just messing with perspective, so that this way it looks like she is actually moving around. Kinda... I like doing this kind of thing, especially with my own art, because once things start moving, it really does feel like your character is just coming to life. It's a really cool feeling. So, very, very fun to do. But very difficult, and all of this is very, very detail-orientated. So all the details got to be spot on, and as with many things in animation, just tiny little differences can really stack up and make a huge difference in the overall appearance. It's actually kind of amazing just how much some of these tiny details can matter. Alright, gonna do some staring so this way I can figure out where these last couple of problems are. Some things are not lining up quite right yet. It's okay. I already proved from Strand from Hell Volume 3 that I always win in the end. So I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It's exciting though, because this is the last little bit of hair on the left side. That being her left, not my left. So with this will be another area done on the bottom head turn here. It's nice because I've been kind of struggling with this one. I feel like a lot of stuff at the beginning just went really, really well, and then started working on these little strands on the side here, and it's just like things suddenly got hard. Couldn't tell you why, but that was sure how it all worked out. And for whatever reason, right now I'm just having a bit of trouble figuring out how all this is supposed to connect, but... Oh. Okay, looks like I figured it out. Cool. Now I just got a little bit of shifting. Well, I was having trouble figuring out how it should connect to this bottom strand here, but... looks like it all worked out. Always nice when it does. Always nice when it does. Just got a couple of adjustments I gotta make on the Strand from Hell here because it's not quite matching up right with how it should on this strand. And I think the problem is on the other strand, not on the one on the far right. There we go. Let's slide it on out. Still got a bit of shifting up here. But it's really, really close. I am so close I can taste it. And after that, I guess I can get started on fixing up the right side a little bit more. Although I probably will stop soon, I am getting hungry. And I'm sure that my eyes are starting to get fatigued, so I may not be able to see things. Oh no. Thank you. Have a nice day at your job. Or at least as nice as you can. Good luck, friend. I do want to finish up this little strand before I stop for today. I feel like there's only a couple of little problems here. And they're all fairly small. The small but annoying ones, those are always a little bit rough. And I just feel like some angles near the bottom here still are not quite right. Just a few of the little angles there. Just working out those last couple of spots here. Alright, and I think there's a spot right up here that needs to go just a little bit more inward. Where is it exactly? Let me double check. I lost it. Right here. Right, those little black dots. Okay, so yes, it is right there. Just gotta pull it on out. Okay, and still a little bit of an issue on the strand from hell here. Pull that out a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that looks nice. Okay. Let's see, do I want to keep heading on? Do I want to keep working on the right side here? Or do I want to grab food? I think I can do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more. So the first thing I saw was this black little bit right there. The angle on him is all wrong. Let's see about getting that angle a little bit better. I'm just gonna let everything look warped and weird for a little bit while I figure out what I'm doing. And once I get that part right, then I will go in and clean everything up. Gotta do one step at a time. Because I think being able to figure out how that little black area works will help me figure out how everything else should look. Yeah, that's already a lot better. Because that black line is like the closest landmark to everything else, to an area that I already have very solid. I'm very confident in this bang. I worked very hard on it. It was Bang from Hell Volume 1, the first one that I worked on. And it took me a long time to get it right. But I'm pretty sure that I got it right. Yeah, there we go. Looks like it does need to go behind the ear a little bit here. Let's pull this back. Okay, and that actually fixed, just doing that much actually fixed some issues that I saw before. Like I was having trouble with this little pink part the last time I worked on this area. But it's already looking a lot better, just by fixing that one little thing. Which means I can take a look at this black line and this black area over here. I don't want to move the pink line too much, but I'm going to have to move it a little bit just because they're connected. Just trying to do my best. Kind of keep things there. Okay, and now I'm not sure what's controlling this black area, so I want to take a look. Okay, I think I see it. Just this needs to go up here. Yeah, I think that helped a lot, actually. Now I can just kind of perfect it. Pull this pink spot out of hiding a little bit. Just gotta kind of peek out just a little. Just a little. Just gotta poke its head out. Yeah, there we go. Now I want to look at this pink line up here. He needs to poke his head out a little bit too. Can't be too shy here. Just go out and meet new pixels. Alright, I think that's looking pretty good. It's even showing just a little bit more because the head is turning downward and we're seeing a little bit more of the top of the head. I think that looks good. Still need to work on the lower part of this big strand here. But I think I'll save that for next time. Let's do a little bit more going down in this big thick area here. Autosave helping me out and making things pause for a little bit as a result, but that's okay. We'll let it do its thing. And then I'll just continue. Felt like there was a bit of shifting downward around here, so I'm just kind of raising up the vertices a little bit. Get rid of that shifting around there. Looks like I overdid it just a little there. Nothing new. I overdo things a lot. It's fine. I can fix it. And then I see something going on over here. I'm not quite sure what yet, but there sure is something. So let's see if that kind of helped that. Yeah, I think so. And I am indeed getting kind of hungry, so I think that's where I will stop for today. And I will continue on tomorrow. So, thank you all for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative projects, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, or any other creative pursuit you can think of, feel free to message or at me on Twitter or Instagram or any social media of your choice, and I'll take a look and maybe leave some comments. I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.